Good morning. How you all doing? This is Dr. Caracas Watkins, better known as Doc Rock. And hey, it's a wonderful morning. I'm gonna call it Wonderful Wednesday. And we just thank you for tuning into this live YouTube seminar that we're doing called Leading Through Uncertainty. Leading Through Uncertainty. So we're gonna do it today at 9 a.m. On tomorrow, we'll be at the same time at 9 a.m. Central Time. 10 course Eastern time, and then on Friday. On today, we're going to be talking about responding versus reacting. And then tomorrow we're going to be talking about how we lead under pressure, how we're going to lead and make decisions under pressure. And then on Friday we'll have a Q&A. We'll have a Q&A on Friday. So here's the deal. We're in some times now that people are uncertain. Many of you know we are, we own this business or CEO of this business and doing leadership and professional development around the world. And we're privileged to do that. And we've talked to some of you all before and had the privilege of being in your business and at your business doing leadership training and development training. But also, we lead as CEO a large company here in Huntsville, Alabama, Ability Plus. And we just like you, we have to make some decisions. Just like you, we're going to have to respond instead of reacting to what's going on with COVID-19. But let me say this. We are praying for those families and the people who are affected in business, who are affected by this pandemic. And so we're not taking that lightly, but at the same time, we have to do business, right? Well, around the world. So we're going to get into that today of how we're going to respond and not react. Now, we're going to learn together. I'm learning with you today. And many of you know I've been teaching about emotional intelligence. I'm certified with Talent Smart, and we're going to use Travis Bradbury, some of his information today, as along with Daniel Goldman. And we certified in that. And I've been teaching on how we got to use our mind in order to be prosperous, in order to do great things in the future for years. Because what I've learned is through research and understanding and also going to seminars myself is that here's the deal. You are today what you thought yesterday. You're going to be tomorrow what you're thinking right now today. And I say that because our mind controls a lot of things, and what we have found out is that especially during these times of stress, of pressure, we know the deal is that it's all about how you think, how not your IQ, how smart you are, but your EQ, how you assess yourself in situations and use that to go forward in your goals. And we'll talk about that a little later. And it's very important. So I'm excited. I'm glad you're here. We're doing this at no cost because we want to give something back that I think will help you and help your company or whatever you're involved in. Whether you are an entrepreneur or intrapreneur, whether you are sole proprietary or whatever it may be, just as an individual. I think this will help you today. So we're going to dive into it and we're going to have some good time. Because as a leader, people are looking to you. How are you going to respond? They're looking to you for the answers. How you going, what you going to do? What is your state? We're going to talk about that a little bit. Tony Robbins talk a lot about state. How's your state of mind? How's your state when it comes to physical? How you standing? Shoulders back, how you thinking, how you breathing. And we may get into that a little bit. And those things seem kind of crazy a little bit, whatever. But I'm telling you, they really work. It's been proven. So I like to go to a formula, and I use this quite a bit. It's not mine. It's Jack Canfield's, and I think it'll help you. It says E plus R equals O. Now, E stands for the environment. We're in a tough environment right now. We're in an environment right now that things are kind of crazy, right? Many small businesses are shut down. Some that's open, they have to redo things. Restaurants take out only, just various things. And even your business, whatever it may be, I'm sure you having to do virtual meetings and do things that's just different. And we don't know how long they're going to be different, but after this over, we're going to learn some things, right? And we're going to be better as companies, as individuals after this, right? Okay. And so that's the environment that we're in right now. So you cannot control E in your environment. Okay. But we want to control our outcome because most of us want to have positive outcomes. We want to have outcomes that we're productive. We're meeting our goals. We're meeting our numbers. We're taking care of our customers, things of this nature. Okay. So it's very important that our outcome is positive. So you can control the O in this formula by controlling the R. Now, your R stands for your response. not your reaction, your response. Jack Canfield does a great job with this. It stands for your response. So E plus R equals O. Environment plus your response, not reaction. We're going to talk about the difference. Your response to that environment determines your outcome. Your outcome. Now the deal is we have many thoughts that come to our mind a day, and and I'll talk about that. Actually, got 65,000 thoughts that come to the average person every day, and it's said about 80 to 90% of those are negative. Oh my goodness. Okay, and it's going to come to you. It's going to affect who you are. Now, 95%, approximately 95% of those thoughts that come to you, okay, are did at the subconscious level, not at the conscious level. They're did at the subconscious level, about 95% of those. So it's very important that we control our subconscious. Now, E. Stanley Jones said something very important. He said that at the conscious level, your conscious mind determines your action. The conscious mind determines your actions. The subconscious mind determines your reactions. So we're talking about responding versus reacting. And it's very important that we understand this reaction thing, because it's what gets us in trouble when it comes to business, when it comes to personal things, when it comes to what's going on. It's very important. And I've been fortunate to do these things and talk about issues like this affecting business. The business that we have, many of you know, when we took it over about a few years ago, it was not doing well. And through leadership and training and things of this nature, we was able to turn it around. No credit goes to me, but goes to our team and what we had to teach in order to survive and also now to thrive. Now, here's the deal. If you ever want to learn some things about what we're doing and what we're saying and things of this nature, then the deal is that you can go to our YouTube channel, the one you're on now, Doc Rock Leadership. Subscribe to it. That's a book there. The Attitude of Success. It's based on kind of my lifestyle and my not lifestyle, my life, and how we've gotten to where we at today. That's so go and subscribe to that. Learn some things. It will help you in a massive way, and it's very very important. Okay, so go to that. Now here's the deal. Thoughts come to our mind. We said 65,000 thoughts a day. Wow, that's a lot, right? Unconscious. Now, and I think David's going to put it up there. Now, information comes through your spinal cord. And you make decisions in your frontal cortex. This part of your brain, the front part of your brain makes the decision. Here's the issue. Information comes through your spine, but it has to go through your limbic system. Your limbic system is a system where your emotions are at. I feel, I think, I want, all kind of emotions, all kind of feelings are there. So the information must pass and filter through the limbic part of your brain to get to the your front part of your brain, frontal cortex, so you can make decisions. So your decisions come through your emotions. So some people say, well, this is it don't make no sense, Doc. I'm smart. Yes, but it's been proven that people are not successful just because they're smart, they're IQ. They're successful based on how they handle emotions or emotional intelligence. Many would call it EQ or EI. I mean, there's many studies out there, and we subscribe to most of them. And generally, because I'm certified with Travis Bradbury, we generally use their information more than others. So what does it mean to react? So let's talk about reactions, then we're going to talk about response, and then we're going to let you go and have that next meeting that you got to have today or take care of that business. When we simply react, we are going on our emotional instincts. It's emotional instincts, with kind of little thought of consequences, and there's no filtering in that. There's no filtering process when it comes to our reactions. They just subconscious. It's kind of like you running on autopilot. You're running on autopilot, and you got to be very careful with that. Your child ever did something and say broke some fine china, and you reacted. I mean, maybe you got angry, maybe you screamed, maybe you said, you got to pay for this, or I mean, whatever. And many of us do that. I've done that. In business, I've reacted before instead of responding. And sometimes when we react, we may say things we don't mean, or I don't mean to say anyway. And we may do things that we shouldn't do, even when it comes to. And so now that child is feeling bad. But when we respond, we may say something and we may talk to them, but when we respond, it's well thought out. You say, "Well, Doc, we all know this." Well, we do, but many times we're not using it. And we're going to talk about emotional intelligence, how it plays in, and how we can use this in our situation. Because right now, a lot of your people are under stress. A lot of us are under stress. A lot of things going on. Things are changing every day. There are updates given by mayors and governors and various people every single day, right? And we have to respond to those things. We can't react to it because then we may make a decision that's not beneficial for us or the company later on. So that's very important, okay, that we do respond. And listen, we're in a company that something can happen with us. We have over 600 employees, and something can happen at any time. And so me as a leader and all of us, other leaders inside our organization, we have to calm ourselves and not just react, okay, because we want to see tomorrow. And I know you want a greater sense. And because things are not just easy peasy. Now, a lot of people, let me talk about this in, where my eraser at? 1 second, let me get this eraser. A lot of people, they want life to happen like this. Just calm. But that's not life. I mean, that's not business. Business don't work like that. I wish it did, but it simply don't. Business is this. That's business, okay? And so you got to be able to, in the valley, not react, but respond. And on the mountaintop, also you got to respond. Because if you react in either place, if in the valley, it could cost you the company. If you just react when things going well and you don't respond, then you can have an overestimation of your profit and then mess up in the end. I understand what I'm saying. So it's very important that we exercise, this responding in every way. So what does it mean to respond? What does it mean to respond? That means you're thoughtful, okay? When you respond, then you're looking at the possibilities at hand. You're looking at the opportunities. See, here's what I believe. I believe that even in the midst of all what's going on and people reacting in very negative ways, we can respond because there are opportunities that we didn't see. See, it's proven that when most companies and people go to another level, it's because innovation has happened. And innovation doesn't happen in a vacuum. Most time, innovation happens when we are under pressure. So right now is the time that you and your company and whatever you're associated with, ministry or whatever it may be, you're going to go to the next level if we respond. If we respond, we're going to go to the next level. And I believe you can do that, okay? But it's going to take us concentrate on some things, okay, and being fully engaged. Because when you respond, you take care of business, but it's with thought. It's with strategic planning. It's with looking at your goals, your values. It's sticking with your why, as Simon Sinek talks about, because even in that, guys, let's go to this. We always got to keep in mind, get this going here. Well, let me get another one. Red don't want to act right today, so let's try black, okay? We always got to keep in mind here that, the golden circle, and why is in the middle, how and what. It's golden circle. Because many people have companies, they know what they do as a company. Some know how they do it, but many don't know why they do it. Why are you doing what you do? And here's the deal: when pressure comes, you tend we tend sometimes to forget the why and go to the what. But that's not what makes you successful. It's proven, okay? You got to stick with your why. Why are you doing it? Because every response that you do is based on your why. So many times when reactions happen, they are based on, okay, what's going on? What happened? What we need to do? This new law or new rule has came out. So what we do is we react to it and we don't respond to it. Many of you bankers, some of you bankers may be watching right now. Response is the key right now. It majorly, and I just want to encourage you in that and remind you. Now, we can use emotional intelligence in our response versus reaction. Now, the deal is, when you have emotional intelligence, you have the ability to recognize your emotional state, recognize who you are, recognize your emotions in yourself and others, and then use that information, the analyzation of that, in order to improve situations, relationships, business deals, whatever it may be. And you can do that. Now, and I love how Travis Bradbury talks about that. Now, Daniel Goleman, of course, is one of the fathers of emotional intelligence. And Goleman talks about how we can come to a common goal, okay, when we exercise proper emotional intelligence. So here's the deal. So in order to respond, you got to be self-aware. You have to have some self-awareness about yourself, okay? Which is self-awareness only you having the ability to accurately perceive what is going on with you in the moment. In the moment. Not just when everything's going bad, but in the moment. Okay, that's very, very important. And you got to understand your tendencies, okay, in the situation. So when you're self-aware as a leader, okay, it means that you have a clear picture of your strengths and the purpose. So you even in the midst of responding, we must have a clear vision, a clear understanding of where we're going, our purpose. Where are we strong at? Where are we weak at? We must assess those things. Now, we are all weak in situations and weak at times. I don't care how strong you are as a leader. None of us are perfect, right? All of us. I just let me be vulnerable. Let me do what Patrick Lenciano, one of my favorite authors, talks about getting naked, being vulnerable. I'm vulnerable to those who are on my team. We have a team. I'm vulnerable. I don't try to be the hero. What I try to be is the leader and say, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, and what I do is I exhort my strengths and work on my weaknesses, and I always go up. See, the problem is when you don't exhort your strengths and lead with your strengths, when you do that, but you don't work on your weaknesses, it'll tend to bring you down. But if you leading with one and working on the other, you'll tend to go up, and those who follow you, those who are on your team, those who in on the ground with you, in the grind, as we say sometimes, right? They would take on that same mentality, because it's all a mentality, right? And that they may grow with you, okay? And they may respond in their circle of influence, in their circle of responsibilities, the proper way, and not react as many do. Okay, and we all been guilty of reacting. I'm not saying I have not. I'm not saying I won't do it again. But I minimize that with the teachings that I have and understanding that I know. Okay, so let's talk about a few strategies I think that will help you when it comes to being self-aware. Number one is understand triggers. Understand triggers. And what I mean by that is you got to understand what trigger you to do something negative, all right? So you won't necessarily make decisions at the subconscious level. Remember, at the conscious mind, okay, determines your actions. The subconscious mind determines your reactions. E. Stanley said that. And I believe it, all right? So we have to be very careful that we don't allow things to trigger us, that our subconscious mind takes over and make decisions or reactions that hurt us in business, hurt us personally, hurt us in the goals and the strategic plan we've spent days and months putting together, because it can blow up like that, right? We all know that. So it's very important that you understand those triggers, and observe, the effect that your feelings have, this ripple effect that your emotions have, because sometimes it ripples throughout the tapestry of your industry or your organization. So you have to understand that and observe it. Observe, how it moves through, and so you can pull yourself back. Because you as a leader, you may be a little scared. You may have a little fear of the unknown, because we're leading through uncertainty. These are uncertain times. These are uncharted waters. We haven't been this way before. Our society, those of us who are leading right now, we haven't been this way before. So there's a little fear. But the deal is, they're going to watch you, and so you got to quit treating your feelings as good or bad, because you don't know what they're going to be. Here's another strategy for you. Stop treating your feelings as good or bad, because you don't know what is going to really happen. I don't know what's going to really happen. So I just say, hey, they feelings. Are they good? I don't know. They bad? I don't know. They feelings, and we'll deal with them as they come, as they move forward. Another strategy is visit your values. Visit your values. We all have values. We all have things that beliefs and principles. Most of our companies do. Most of us as individuals. You have to revisit that so you won't react on what's in front of you. Because here's the deal. What's in front of you, the house could be on fire. The house is on fire. The house is on fire. Guess what? The house may be on fire. It may be on fire. But that doesn't mean that you run around without calling the fire truck. Right? Because in that case, the house is on fire. You screaming the house is on fire. You screaming, okay, there's people inside, but you haven't called 911 yet. Now, I'm talking metaphorically, right? But that applies to us in every business we're in. That applies to everything we do. And sometimes I know in our business, the house is on fire. Something just happened. Okay, whoa, let's meet. Let's talk. We would rather take 15 minutes and respond than to react in the moment. Do we get it right every time? No. Will you get it right every time? No. Sometimes you're going to miss it. But more times than not, doing it this way, you will get it right. And even right now, another strategy is to get to know yourself under pressure. I've said this. Here's a Doc Rock quote for you. You are who you are under pressure. You are who you are under pressure. You're not who you are when everything is going well and smooth, and the P&L, profit and loss statement, looks really, really good. You making money. Woo! I mean, employee culture is really well. I mean, that's good. What about when everybody's questioning? Are we going to exist as a company? Are we going to exist as an organization? What about that? I'm part of the board of the YMCA. And some YMCAs are stuffing, even locally. And so what we're going to do, we the why. We know why we exist, okay? So we have to start responding, right? And it's going to be good, okay? Great leadership is going to be good. But guess what? It's pressure time. So we're learning. So all of us are learning ourselves a little better. We're learning how we lead better. Not necessarily manage. Now, I'm not here to do a management versus leadership seminar. We do those. But here's the deal. I'll throw this out to you right quick. Leaders, okay, leadership is leading people. We lead people, we manage processes. We lead people, we manage processes. Okay, you got me? So the deal is that you got to be self-aware of you and how you are under pressure. Because when pressure comes, we resort back to our present state. When I mean your state of mind. It's been I read an article the other day, and it said that that many people under pressure respond different. Some become very conservative under pressure, mentally, how they react or respond, and some take chances They respond with taking chances. Now, I'm not saying which one is the best, but you got to know yourself and what your tendencies are in this place, because now may be the time for you to do some things that's out the box that you have not did before, that you have not even thought about before. It's like, whoa, do we really need to do that? Can we do that? Maybe it's never been done in the industry, but okay, and maybe you don't need to be very conservative. Maybe you do need to be conservative because of structure and staying balanced. Only you and your team will know that. But you need, but here's the time that you learn who you are and you take, your self-awareness. I tell people, it's hard to stop a person who know who they are. Because the power to define is the power to determine destiny. So when you know who you are, you know who your company is. When the pressure comes, yeah, you may take a hit, but you're not out. You'll come back. You'll bounce back. Some resilience would happen for you, right? And so that's important. Now, once you learn that part of you is with this self-awareness, based on you now you're gonna respond and not react, then you got to manage that. And this is the ability to train your mind to gain strength, to empower yourself to act upon your feelings in a positive way. So self-management is that you're going to train your mind. And the mind can be trained. It's a muscle. It can be trained. You do something for 21 days straight, and generally it becomes a habit. And you want to do something positive, so it becomes a successful habit. I got up this morning and, I knew I had to come and talk, and I do it every morning anyway. I want to listen to something positive, something that's going to get my state of mind going in the right direction. Because we have lions to kill, okay? We, metaphorically, we got giants to slay. We got some things we got to do to be successful. And so it's very important that you start to manage you. So the people that you lead can manage themselves, the processes, the mental state that's inside of them. That's important, very important for you to go and be what you need to be, because success is not something that we're just given. It takes some work, and it takes hard work many times. But here's the deal: you can do it. All right, so. Let's talk about some self. So we'll manage ourselves. What are some strategies with this? What are some strategies to manage yourself? Number one is practice being calm. Now, any of y'all know me. I'm a very exciting person. I get up and jump into my pants, both feet, sometime at one time, just to try it. No, but serious. But I'm a very exciting person, and my emotions, don't get the best of me, because I've learned to have control over them. My EQ has become pretty good over the last years. But at the same time, I have to learn to calm down. Okay, you have to learn to breathe right. Sometimes just taking a breath. You ever had somebody come to your office and just bombarded you? I mean, just ambush you with something that you were not ready for. Sometimes people react. You take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. Number one. So breathe right. Number two, manage your mind. Got to manage your state of mind. Sometimes you got to go on a vision dream walk. Just think about where you're going. Think about when you start the company or when you first joined. What do you want to do? You just got to get back to that, and get your state right. Start walking up. Don't slump down. Your body controls your mental state in ways that you may never thought about. Okay, walk like you're going somewhere. Talk like it's gonna be all right, even though you're going through the valley of the shadow of death. Seem like it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. But you got to manage that mindset. Another strategy, how to manage that, is sleep on it. I talk to my executives many times, and we just sleep on it overnight, sometimes over the weekend. Sometimes you just got to sleep on that which came to you in order that you may respond properly. You may assess and get 80% of the information and make a decision on it, okay? And you need to sleep on it. Now, here's another thing. Smile and laugh more. If it's ever was a time, I know it sounds crazy. I know you say, I'm a business person. What are you talking about? Smile and laugh more. Here's the time you need to smile. Number one is the people that are following you, those you are leading, they need to see you smile. They need to see you in a state that, you know what, everything's gonna be all right. You know, everything it's gonna be all right. It's tough, but because I saw boss, I saw her smile, I saw him smile or whatever. Smile and laugh more. It really will help you. Also, take time in the day to think about your problems. Take some time throughout the day. Think about your problem. Think about what's going on. That'll help you to respond and accurately make decisions. It will improve your deliberation on what's going on. All right. Now, here's another thing. Strategy. Visualize yourself succeeding. Visualize yourself succeeding. You got to see it in your mind. If you can see it on the canvas of your imagination, you can have it. But what you don't see, you can't have. If you don't see it, you can't have it. So visualize success. Where you want to be in a year? Where you want your team to be in a year, 2 years? Where you want to be 6 months from now? You said, well, that's kind of, I don't even know. Where you want to be 3 months from now? What about next month? See it. See it on the canvas of your imagination. Go ahead and start to experience it. Go ahead and start to smell it, to look at it and feel it. Go ahead and do that. That will help you manage your response. And you won't just react to it. You'll start responding to it, all right? Here's another thing, that strategy that helps you with your self-management, that understand that change is around the corner. Go ahead and accept that things are going to change. Not just because of COVID-19. Things are going to change because things are changing. And right now, because of COVID-19, things are changing rapidly in ways we never thought about. You know, we're doing things that we wouldn't have never imagined. We wouldn't have dreamed of doing it, right? Okay, so go ahead and accept that so you won't get frustrated when change happens. Because when we become frustrated, we tend to react instead of responding. All right, so we have to bring that frustration down. Bring that frustration level down. Become calm, okay? And then we say, okay, I don't like the change, but you know what? We're going to respond to it. And we're going to respond to it in a positive way in order to get results, in order for things to happen, okay, that we go forward in it. This is very important because remember, let's go back, because you got to remember, you're looking for outcomes. And we're going to talk about a couple more things, and I'm going to let you go to your next meeting. Remember, E plus R equals O. We want to focus on positive outcome. So everything is based on this. Everything. Your outcome, everything is based on your response. So you got to be self-aware and have self-management and respond in the right way. Okay, I want to talk about the four-step mindfulness difference process. The four-step mindfulness, okay, difference process. Okay, I want to talk about 4 steps that we're going to talk about our mindfulness, how we're going to change our state. Now, this is not Dr. Rock. This is John Mertz. John Mertz came up with this, and I give him credit for it. But it's good. Okay, so how are we going to make a difference? How are we going to be mindful? Right there, understand how we're going to change some things, all right? 4 steps in this. I already kind of talked about one a little bit in this 4-step process. So I'm going to talk about 4 steps of us challenging our mind, mindfulness, okay? Now, number 1 is breathe. You got your breathing. Maintaining an even breathing flow. You said, Doc, I didn't come to hear this. Hey, I'm Doc Rock. I'm your friend. Okay, listen. Breathing is so important. It changes your state. You got to start everything off by taking a deep breath, letting it out, okay? Controlling your focus. Don't you know that when you breathe, you control your focus? And that's what we want to do. We want to control the focus. Where are we going? Remember, it's not here now, but we're looking for our outcome. Look for outcome. You got to control your focus, because what is happening right now is that many people and companies are getting off focus because we got to react. We got to take care of this. They mandated us to do this. They mandated us to do that. Okay, we got to respond. We need to we have to have this document in by the end of the day, and we have to have another process in place by the end of the week. Are you following me? You see how fast I'm going? And that's reactionary. And and because we have deadlines, we tend not to breathe. We tend just to keep moving and going forward. And maybe we'll catch a breath here and there because guess what, Doc? You're not in my business. We have to get it done. I get it. Okay? But here's the deal. Same with us. I'm not just speaking from a philosophical point of view. I'm speaking from actuality. Remember, I run a business, okay? I get it. My friends. But here's the deal. We have to breathe. We have to pause, get our physical bodies breathing, relaxing, so our mind, the innovation that's in you, the smartness in you. Hey, I'm in Huntsville, Alabama. We say we're a smart city, okay? We're a smart area. Wherever you are, I'm sure you're smart as well, okay? But we got to breathe. Can you imagine, when President Kennedy said we want to put a man on the moon? I bet everybody in Huntsville was, in that time frame, breathe. We can do it. It was a moonshot. We got there. Guess what? We're going to get there again. And you're going to get there in your business and what you're doing personally, okay? But you got to breathe because it switches you to stay on focus. Focused on the strategic plan that you establish. Focus on what your next steps. Yes, you got a deadline this evening. Yes, you have one on by the end of the week. But, hey, you're going to stay focused on it. All right? Quickly, number 2 is awareness of your body. I'm just going to put aware of body. All right, awareness of your body. You got to be aware of your body and what's going on. Paying attention, all right, to it heating up. Your palms being sweaty, and just pay attention because when you breathe right, then you gotta get your state right. Tony Robbins does an excellent job with this. I mean, you gotta get your state right. You gotta walk right. You gotta get your shoulders back. You can't slump down. All these things has a negative effect on how you think. Okay, so now be awareness of what you say, awareness how you speak, awareness of body gestures. All right. Hey, don't forget, you got a cape on your back. You Superman. You Superwoman. You super whomever. Hey, there's a cape. You don't see my cape? It's behind me. See, I'm thinking that way. So I got to stand up right so it don't drag the ground. Guess what? You got to stand up right so it don't drag the ground. So now you can take care of business and be great. Because greatness is in you. It's in your business. It's going to take some work to get it out of all of us, but it's there. So you got to be aware of your body. Now, number 3 is this 4-step process. You got to release tension. Got to release some tension, all right? Let it go. Y'all are under pressure. You are who you are under pressure. Let the tension go. Relax. It's going to be all right. I know the house is on fire, but it's going to be all right. Because it's very hard for you to respond when you all tensed up, shoulders tight, everything. You got to release that. And release it by saying, I'm working on it. That's how you release things. Say, it's going to be all right. We're working on it. Because you only can change you. You only can change what you can change. We can't change the event. Remember, we can't change that. So just work on hard work. What you got to work on, and it's going to be all right. Let it go. Okay? Because if you keep it, it's not going to help you. You say, well, Doc, that's easier said than done. You're right. It is easier said than done. But here is the solution. It's doable. And you can do it. Okay, and you're gonna do it. Yeah, you friend. Yes, you are, and you're gonna benefit from it. All right. And then the last thing is that you got to raise your. You got to be attentive. You got to raise. Let's go put attention. You got to raise your John. And this is John Mertz, by the way. And you got to if you can read that, probably can't. But you got to raise your attentiveness. You got to be attentive to what's going on. You got to be alert. You got to be vigilant. You got to see. That don't mean that you are responsible for making all the decisions, but you are responsible for making sure that the decisions are made. So you got to be attentive. This not the time that we micromanage everything. No. Now, if you're a micromanager, okay, I'm not. It's your deal. But if your vision and goal is big, then there are things that you need your team to do, and you need them to be alert, and you need to be alert. All right. So use this awareness. Start responding and not reacting. We shouldn't let our subconscious mind take over things that it hasn't charted the water yet. Because if you react, then your subconscious is going to make decisions on places it's never been. It's going to make decisions on situations it never has experienced. And most times it will not turn out well. But if you respond and you start to assess what's going on, and you and your team start to analyze the situation, then you are going to be better from this. So we're going to lead through uncertainty. All right? On tomorrow, I hope you got something out of this. I'm enjoying myself with you. On tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m., we're going to be talking about making decisions under pressure. How we do that? How does that look? How does that feel? What we need to be aware of in that. How to make decisions. We're going to talk about making decisions under pressure. And then on Friday, we're going to do some Q&A. We're going to take your questions over line. We're going to call them back out so everybody can hear it. And then we're going to do some Q&A. If I don't have the answers, we'll find them somewhere and we'll get them back to you. Okay? And we don't have all the answers. Matter of fact, many of you have the answers. We're going to grow together. We're going to learn together. And we're going to be who we need to be. All right? So I know many people, the days are crazy, but Penny Billings, my friend, she loved me talking about this. And I say it all the time. We don't have no bad days, bad minute, bad hour, but no bad days because we got things we got to get done. Listen, the hospitals cannot have bad days. There are people who are sick. Your business, we can't have bad days. Okay? Maybe there's some things that go on throughout that day that's really tough, hard, and we understand that. But let's take care of business. You might have to go outside and breathe. You might have to go outside and scream. You might have to go outside and just look up and say, hey, help me, or whatever it may be. But don't have a full bad day because we in a time. We're gonna be good. We're gonna weather everything that's going on, and our company's gonna be better. No bad days. It's Super Sunday. It's Marvelous Monday. It's Terrific Tuesday. It's Wonderful Wednesday. It's Triumphant Thursday. Fantastic Friday, and it's Successful Saturday. Hey, I'm Doc Rock. Join me at the top. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy you.